Hello everybody, Bogdan here and welcome to the Import-Export Hub channel. So in today's video I will be covering a really interesting topic, at least I hope so, about what to export to France. But before I begin, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe buttons in order to help me grow this channel even more, of course, if you like the content here. And let's start with the first product. So we have tricycles, scooters, pedal cars, and similar wheel toys. And we see here that the imported value for 2020 was about $2.2 billion, with China the biggest trading partner, followed by the Czech Republic, and we see Germany on the third place. We see also Spain, the United Kingdom, Italy, the Netherlands, Belgium, Vietnam, and Poland, who is last in these top 10 trading partners. Also, as you can see here, I've added the share of these top 10 trading partners, and China, although had its volumes decreased year on year with about 14%, still has 50% in France's imports from this category. The Czech Republic has close to 10% share, while Germany has around 9.5%. As for cumulative value, these top 10 trading partners make up for roughly 91% in France's total imports. So if you ask me, there is quite a large concentration. As for the distribution of the trading partners, we see here that the vast majority are located in Europe, except China and Vietnam, of course. In terms of year-on-year changes, we see that the imports from China decreased the most. In fact, is the only country in this top 10 list who experienced a decrease. While in terms of increases, we have Spain with almost 28% increase, Poland with 35% increase, and Vietnam with almost 38% increase, just to cover the top 3 performers. And if you ask me, Vietnam will start to grab some market share from China if we consider the low-priced products. While for the medium and high-priced ones, I think that Poland will definitely become a top performer in 3 to 5 years' time. And I won't be surprised, in fact, to see Poland in the top 5 trading partners for this category. As for the United Kingdom, given the fact that beginning with the 1st of January 2021, so this year, it officially left and formally left the European Union, I think that the inertia will still keep the United Kingdom in these top 10 trading partners in relation with France for at least 3 years' time. Anyway, let's move to the second product. So we have here roasted coffee. We see that the trend is upwards in terms of imported value. We see here that Switzerland has more than 60% of the market share, and to be honest, I wouldn't have expected to see these figures, but it's somehow understandable as Switzerland has a trade agreement with the European Union, so the tariffs and the excise duties are zero. Also, what is interesting is the fact that these huge figures are only in relation to France, as we can see in the table here. With the rest of the countries, the values are far lower, even though not negligible, of course. And seeing these figures, you should probably ask yourselves if there is room for others in this scenario, providing, of course, that they are importers and roasters of coffee. And my guess is that, yes, there is room as long as you come with some added value, I don't know, through branding, flavors, sustainability, ethical sourcing, and so on. From what I've read, the French consumers are starting to pay more and more attention to sustainability issues, ethical trade, and so on. So if you can leverage on these two key points. You certainly can benefit from France's huge import coffee market. Now, in terms of year-on-year changes, except Italy and Poland, all other trading partners from this top 10 list at least experienced some increases. Small for some of them, as in the case with Germany, Belgium, or Italy, and quite large for others like the Czech Republic or Spain. And I won't cover the 148% increase of France's imports from France, as there are some re-import activities and are not necessarily relevant to this top 10 list. Anyway, let's move to the next product. So we have footwear, HS code 640399 to be precisely. And here we see that France's imports are predominantly coming from Italy, although since 2018, Italy lost quite a large amount of market share. On the second place, we have Vietnam, and on the third place, we have so-called areas not elsewhere specified, which really had an interesting development beginning with 2018. So at the same time when Italy began to lose market share. And I want to stop here for a while and give you some information extracted from the United Nations Statistics Department about what does area not elsewhere specified means. And although the information is 5 years old, I think it's still relevant as it gives us a clue on what this could mean. And if we look closely, we see that this is used when A, for low value trade, which is clearly not the case, and B, if the partner designation was unknown to the French customs authorities, which I really doubt that this was the case. But at the end, we see that a really interesting sentence: sometimes reporters do this to protect company information. And if you ask me, this is the case with this specific situation. And furthermore, I dare to make some speculation about who is responsible for trying to protect the so-called company information and the trading partner. And my guess is that only a large group like, I don't know, Louis Vuitton could have the leverage and the business reason to act in this way. Anyway, again, this is pure speculation, so you don't have to agree with me, of course. Anyway, let's continue analyzing this sector on year-on-year changes, and we see here that except Vietnam, who had 11% increase, and Germany, who had 27% increase, all the rest had experienced some decreases, with Spain the biggest one, at least in relative terms. Now, in terms of market concentration, again, I can say that the market is highly concentrated. These top 10 trading partners representing more than 86% cumulatively in terms of market share. Now, moving on to the next product, and we have wooden furniture, excluding the furniture for offices, the kitchens, the bedrooms, and seats. And we see here that overall the imports stayed more or less the same, partially driven, I think, by the lockdown, as some people started redecorating and changing furniture. In terms of the biggest trading partners, China is the biggest one with a market share of more than 18%, followed by Italy, and we have Poland on the third place. In terms of cumulative share, these top 10 trading partners make up for roughly 80% of France's total wooden furniture imports, and again, it's quite concentrated if you ask me. In terms of year-on-year changes, the biggest decreases were in relation to Portugal, who had almost 15% decrease, Belgium with a 10% decrease, Italy and Germany both with roughly 3% decrease each. Now, in terms of increased volumes, we see that the imports from China rose with almost 6%, those from Spain with 8%, and those from Vietnam with 6%. And now it's very interesting to see in dynamics and compare the 2020 figures and volumes with those from 2021, given the current freight rates from Asia and Southeast Asia to Europe. But I bet that the figures will be somehow lower for the imports originating in China, Vietnam, India, or Indonesia. And I think that the country who will take advantage the most from this situation will be Poland. Again, this is my opinion, but I do think that Poland's share in France's wooden furniture imports will increase in the medium and long term. Now moving on to the last product that I recommend, which is chandeliers and other electric ceiling lighting fittings. So HS code 940510. Here we see that the overall market shrunk with almost 15% year on year. So clearly this sector was affected more in comparison with the wooden furniture sector, for example. In terms of the biggest trading partners, China is the biggest one, followed by Germany, and on the third place we have Italy. And as you can see here, almost all the trading partners from this top 10 trading partner list at least experienced some degree of decrease compared to 2019, except Spain and Belgium, who both had almost 2% increase. In terms of market concentration, again, we see that these top 10 partners make up for roughly 93%. So again, quite a big market concentration. And it's interesting to point out that almost of all of these top 10 trading partners are located in Europe. Okay, so there you are, guys. These are the 5 products or category of products, if you want, that I recommend when considering exporting towards France. And yes, I know, unfortunately, as we saw together, most of the trading partners are located in Europe. And if you're based, I don't know, in the United States or Canada, South Africa, or South Korea, these products are not so relevant for you, but maybe you are supplying, I don't know, parts, components, or raw materials for these products, and maybe with the information presented here you can find a potential export market. Anyway, I really hope I've managed to provide some useful information to you guys, and I really appreciate your feedback. Hitting the like and the subscribe buttons will really help me a lot, and don't be shy and hit them as delicate as you can. Until next time, keep your business safe. Thanks.